Here's ball. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Yo, this game is so trash.
Second bucket. Wing. Over Reeves. And he gets it to go. Oh, hitting off the back of the rim.
What am I playing? I don't even need this screen right here. But I want to put him in action. And I miss it.
Not really the best decision.
Oh, damn. I feel kind of bad now. I would have picked a tier 3. I mean, that's what he get for waiting for to the end.
Reporter David Aldridge.
Okay. Let's see if I got the loss for that. I did. Oh, my God. Okay.
Ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in the easy way. It's good.
Nah, bro. That's not okay. Where's the foul?
So he'll be shooting free throws here. Smith with the two-hand flush. They're going for the throat.
Where's the fouls at, bro? Like, oh my God.
Athleticism. LeBron can finish just about any alley-oop.
Out of bounds. Oh my God, that's never a foul. That's out of bounds.
But, you know, didn't get.
Oh my God, more real play. What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, and this was supposed to be a Lakers Play Now Online gameplay, but it ended up being why I kind of hate this game video. And the game fundamentally at its core is not bad. Like, it's pretty good. It's just a lot of the design decisions that they make is just really questionable to me, and it's affecting the game a lot. And a lot of the things I'm gonna talk about relates to Play Now Online, but it can also apply to other modes or just the game as a whole. And so shooting is a pretty hot topic about the game right now, and I made a video talking about shooting, so I won't talk about it too much here. But basically, I don't mind it too much for the park, just because I have a lot of control over the attributes, so I can get the badges that I would want, and you know, I get to handpick my animations and create a custom jump shot, and I only have to control my one jump shot. So if shooting is a little bit more difficult over there, it's like, okay. But what I don't like is just that it affects all the modes. And so if I'm playing Play Now, why am I playing under the same circumstances? Because I don't have the same control over, you know, badges, animations, and ratings and things like that. And I also made a video like a year ago asking if Park ruined 2K, and like, no, it didn't, but it definitely did change how they have to make the game. Because when you have basically a creative player system like they have now, you playing a completely different game over there. And so that's been like one of my biggest problems with 2K, is just like, yo, Park is like a whole different game basically from like regular 5v5. So it's like a lot of the changes that they make to their game has to do with Park, but it affects all the modes. And if you give people the freedom to change their attributes however they want it, so they could get the badges that they want, let them handpick their animations, create a custom jump shot, get hot zones, and now you have lethal zones, it's like, how could you expect them to not shoot 70 to 80% from 3? And I also feel like they're trying a little bit too hard to nerf the good players, and it's coming at the expense of the rest of the player base and the game itself. And like, I'm fine with them like cutting out a lot of the cheese, like getting rid of a lot of like the dribble spam moves, or some of the animations like Jamal Murray behind the back, LeBron step back, or cleaning up a lot of like the cheesy mechanics that are like easily exploitable. Like, I'm fine with them like cleaning that stuff up, but I feel like they went too overboard when it comes to the shooting, because the way it is now is like, you got the best players shooting 50, maybe 60%. What is a casual player gonna do? You're gonna get, it's at a point where they're discouraged from shooting the ball. Like, so if you go on Play Now Online, you'll have a lot of games where you can literally walk away from somebody and they won't shoot the ball. They will just run out the basket with real play percentage layups, which leads me to the next thing. Real play percentage should not be allowed online. And I also feel like all of the other risk reward profiles, so like, you know, difficulty based, low risk, high risk, normal risk, I don't like those settings at all, because it causes way too many inconsistencies. And when I go into an online game, I want me and my opponent to be on the same playing field. But a lot of the times I go into a game, it just feels like me and my opponent are playing two completely different games. Like, if I have to green my shots in order to make them and you don't, or I have to time my layups and you don't, we're not playing the same game at that point. And I don't like that. The individual skill of both players should be the thing that decides the outcome of the game the most. Like, the outcome and flow of the game should not should be decided by a setting. And every year there's always some aspects of the game that are like stupid or broken or don't make sense, but it's something that we've all had to deal with. So like last year the contest system was kind of jacked up. A lot of shots that were not really supposed to be contested were contested. You had, ghost contests, there's shots that registered as open when they shouldn't. And so like it was just weird, but it was something that we all had to deal with. Even in 2K23, the speed ups and slowdowns on your jump shot were outrageous, but it's something that we all had to deal with. That was the first year they implemented green and miss across all modes, and it was just something that we all had to deal with. But this year it's just like, I don't want to time my layup, so I'm gonna just turn off layup timing and put on real player percentage and run out the basket and pray, because I don't want to deal with timing layups. It's like, nah, I don't think that should be a thing online. If you want to do it offline, then whatever, but I feel like online everybody should be on the even playing field playing the same game. And another reason why I don't like these types of settings is because it just ends up getting abused by players that are good, or like players that actually know how to play and know what they're doing. So like if someone's not good enough to play on high risk, they could play, on low risk or difficulty base or whatever. If someone's not good at timing layups, they could, just turn on real play percentage. So like these settings were meant to help those people, but like I said, it just ends up getting abused by people that actually know how to play. So like, could you imagine someone like me turning on real player percentage and going to a game with somebody like LeBron or Giannis or Zion or a really good slasher, knowing, the plays that I know, knowing like the moves and, just the mechanics of the game and how I can create space and driving lanes for myself? Like, how easy mode the game would be on? Like, it wouldn't even be fair. Like, that setting was not made for someone like me, but it's people like me using that setting and just abusing the game. And that's why I said, like, I don't like those settings, because it causes too many inconsistencies, and you have people that actually know what they're doing using these settings. So that's why I say, like, everybody should just be on the same playing field. And even though real play percentage is broken, I'll probably still won't use it, just because I know how 2K is. Like, anything is one patch away from being useless. And so I never really based my game around a broken mechanic, because it can get patched at any time, and then what? And so season 2 comes out in like less than a week, so there's gonna be a major patch. For all we know, they nerfed real player percentage into the ground, or they just got rid of it completely. And so like, then what are you gonna do then? So I never really tried to base my game around broken mechanics, because you never really know what's gonna happen to the game. And next we got the Play Now Online system. And my biggest problem with the system is not necessarily the system itself. It's just the fact that it's the only system. Like, having it as a ranked system, it's like, okay, I don't mind forcing people to use different teams in order to rank up. I still feel like they should reward you more for beating a team that's in a higher tier than you. Because if you use a tier 3 against another tier 3, you get 3 points. But if you are a tier 3 and you beat a tier 1, you still get 3 points. Like, that's not fair. I feel like you should get rewarded for beating teams in a higher tier than you. But as just a ranking system, it's like, okay, I can deal with it. But like I said, my problem with it is that it's the only system. Like, I said this mad years ago too. Like, they should just bring back ranked and unranked. Have an unranked mode where people could just go in and just play the game, and then have a ranked mode where you change the difficulty, change the sliders, make it like a real competitive ranked environment, like you did with the Proving Grounds, and have that as the ranked mode. Like, I don't know why that's so hard. This is not like something that's like a brand new idea. Like, this is something that's literally in the game. It's just in a different mode. And going back to the system itself is like I said, the system itself is like, okay, I guess. My only problem with it is that it's the only system, but I feel like the tier system was better. And a lot of people didn't like the tier system and they wanted it gone, but you got to be careful what you wish for, because now it's gone, but you're running into the same problems that you didn't have with the tier system, which was you basically only gonna play against tier 1s or just have uneven matchups. The tier system wasn't perfect, but it was just a couple of tweaks away from being like really good. And this is another thing I made a video about. Like, for the tier system, all they had to do was make it so where you have the option to choose between playing against a team within your tier only, or being able to play against any team in any tier, and also rewarding you for beating teams in a higher tier than you. They could have brought back the team selection screen so you can see who each other's picking, add a back out option, so if you don't like the matchup that you're gonna have, you have the option to back out without taking a loss, and just adjust the teams within the tiers better. Stop putting the 0-1 Sixers in tier 1. That's really all they had to do. at least in my eyes. And the tier system would have been fine. But now we got this new system. You can only use a team once every 5 games if you get a win with them, which, okay, like for a ranked system, like sure, whatever. But like as a person that makes videos, it's annoying because now I gotta get on my second account. I'm getting wins that, you know, I would have on my main account on a second account. So now I'm ranking up slower, or sometimes I just straight up leave the game. So I get a loss, but I get to make another gameplay video. And it's like, I don't really care about the record too much, but it's just like, why I gotta do all this? They should just have ranked and unranked, where unranked, you could go in, just play however many games you want with whatever teams. And even if you can just keep the sliders how they are, like they're dummy easy. You want to use real player percentage and do stupid layups, go ahead and do it. But make a ranked system, an actual ranked system, Hall of Fame, high risk, boom, real competitive environment. Like, I don't know why that's so difficult for them. And so, yeah, those are the things that I've just been thinking about the most. Obviously, there's other things, you know, a lot of people complaining about, you know, the paint defense is not that good. The contest system itself is just like kind of off. You still got the off ballers out here in full effect. There's nothing you can really do about that. Like, it's just part of the game at this point. But I've made videos in the past on, you know, how to beat them. And I don't really have a problem like winning against people that be off balling. It's just more so of a minor annoyance now. And it's just boring because I'm basically playing against the computer the whole time. And so now it's like people be off balling and playing on real player percentage. And it's like, bro, are you even playing the game at this point? So yeah, that's the thing about off balling for me, is like, it's not necessarily that it's just hard to beat. It's just more so annoying and boring. And also, I know a lot of people are mad about player control being removed. I never really played player control, but at the same time, I don't like features and modes being removed for seemingly no reason. Like, I don't know what was the reasoning behind moving player control, as well as no all-star team up. Like, I don't know why those modes aren't in the game. Like I said, even though I don't play those modes that much, I just don't like seeing features and modes being taken away. So hopefully they come back in one of the next 2Ks or something, because it's not coming back this year. But as far as like the other stuff I talked about, I mean, patch 2 or whatever patch it is when season 2 drops is coming soon. So hopefully they address some of this stuff. Like, if they fix high risk and make it, you know, actually worth using, they completely nerf or just straight up remove real player percentage, and they add the option to like use custom playbooks and play now online, because the menu is there. It's just that once you press the button to load in your playbook, you can't do it. So like, if they make that work, then I would actually play more, because like, I feel like I mentioned those things because those are things that they can like actually fix and address. As far as like the whole play now online system and how it works is like, I mean, I guess they could change it, but it's just like, I don't see them doing that. So that's why I'm not really mentioning anything major, because I don't really see them doing that. But some of these like little things that go a long way into making the experience better, I can see them doing, but we'll just have to see. So let me know how y'all feeling about the game right now, how y'all feeling about play now in the comments. And as always, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.